Toronto's Bloor Street Strip, also known as the Mink Mile. It's home to some of Canada's most luxurious stores, iconic names that cater to the wealthiest customers. For a read on the rarest end of retail, we hit this street, starting with luxury department store Holt Renfrew. Hi, Mark.
Amanda, great to see you.
How are you?
Thanks for coming.
Mark Derbyshire is president of Holt, where sales are booming.
You know, our handbags business is very strong for us right now. We're seeing about a 25% growth over last year.
Yeah.
And remember, last year was one of our best years in the history of the organization.
Holt's pricey handbags are selling like hotcakes.
You know, right here we have Tom Ford, which you know, is fabulous.
Now, a bag like this or the Tom Ford's, that $3,000 handbag, how many people can afford that? How many, how many buyers are we talking about?
These are just new for us, but what I can tell you is that we're struggling to keep these things in stock.
Has there ever been a time in recent history when the sales of the $3,000 bag, and I think you have more expensive ones than that.
Yeah, we sure do.
Got softer when people really did stop buying them?
It did. You know what? I think like everybody else in the street, 2008, 2009, you feel the pinch of the economy. I mean, I think that certainly is true to be saying. But you know, 2010 was our most profitable year in the history of the company, not just by a little, but by more than double the next best year.
What are we looking at here?
$33,000.
$33,000.
Yeah, isn't that spectacular, though?
Well, it would have to
be. I mean, absolutely spectacular.
I paid less for my car.
This is an investment piece, though, right?
Is Holt Renfrew alone? Just down the street, exclusive shoe shop David's and owner David Markowitz.
We carry the very best lines such as Christian Louboutin, Jimmy Choo, Valentino, Manolo Blahnik.
When you get a shoe like this one that is $1,500 pre-tax, do you know that there are a certain number of buyers that can afford this, and they'll be here for you?
They'll be here.
How has 2010 been for you?
Excellent. It's certainly been on a rebound. We're proud to say we have double-digit increases.
And over the way, home of the little blue box, Tiffany, one of Canada's ritziest jewelry retailers, is seeing sales so strong, it's building new stores. Tiffany's Andrea Hobson. We hear about so much sort of uncertainty out there in the economy. You haven't seen that? You're still selling some beautiful pieces.
Well, you know, we're very fortunate, Amanda, that people still turn to Tiffany to celebrate life's greatest events and occasions.
Even wealthy shoppers lowered their sights after the credit crisis in 2008. But they're back now, and Tiffany is on a roll.
It's absolutely an exciting time for Tiffany in Canada and around the globe as we expand the brand to so many corners.
And what about menswear? Nearby at Harry Rosen, customers' average income is well into the six figures. Larry Rosen confirms the affluent are spending here too. Does that surprise you that it's still holding up?
Yeah, it's been very surprising, actually. When you read the newspaper, you think that the world's falling apart. Let me show you some of the stuff here. Our customer over the last few years has taken advantage of, I think, these difficult times to get himself personally in order. I think they're in cash, and they just feel good. Khakis with that.
Could that confidence be good for all of us? Rosen says it is.
Listen, we employ 750 Canadians, and they're hardworking people. They all have mortgages and families, and you know, they're, as a result of people spending, they earn more, and it all trickles down.
Retail analyst John Williams says there are two fundamental factors that drive luxury sales, including, well, that some people are rich.
Affluence, people who have money. There are a lot of people who are making money in real estate, the commodities, the oil business, you know, and who generally are very well employed. The other is aspirational. There are people who aren't at the super high end, but they have desires, aspirations to get into luxury, and they can buy, instead of the $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag, they can buy a $1,000 clutch or something like that.
So despite all the economic gloom and doom today, there is some good news for the rest of us. Even if we can't afford that fancy fur coat, strength for high-end retailers is a bright light for the whole economy. Amanda Lang, CBC News, Toronto.